Hi, congratulations on your new RV. We're really excited for you. Please make sure before you're signing that you bring the following items with you. If you're a cash buyer, please make sure that you bring a cashier's check, no personal checks at time of signing, or you may bring actual cash. If you're a finance customer, please make sure that you bring proof of insurance listing your specific lien holder. If you need that information, please call us ahead of time. Also, make sure that you bring all valid driver's license of all persons that will be listed on the title. If you have a trade that you're trading in with us, please make sure that you bring your 10-day payoff as well as your title and all persons who will be listed on the title of that trade. Arrive 30 minutes early before your appointment time so we can properly inspect your unit, and also make sure that you have the fridge on and running prior to arrival. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call at 810-686-0710. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Hi guys, this is Jeff at TradeWinds. I'm going to be doing your walkthrough for you. I'm just going to start on the outside, work our way around, and head on in. Show you a few things in there. Right here's your outside kitchen. Hook the gas line up to the bottom of there, and it hooks up to the quick connect down there at the bottom, which runs off your propane. Some 110. This is part of your convenience pack. This is what they call a dog bone. That way you can plug your 50 amp service into there and go to 30 amp. Then a 30 amp adapter. That way you can plug into 110. Water pressure regulator. I would recommend using this on your hose, whatever hose you guys decide to get. Regulates pressure going through the water lines. You don't want to blow any water lines out. This is the sewer hose they give you. I would definitely recommend getting a better sewer hose, which you can purchase in the parts store. I believe you get 20% off on date of purchase. Battery. Should have a 27 battery in there. Pre-prep for solar. More compartment space. You can turn on your docking lights right here, and that'll turn on your lights in the front. Slides. These are your wiper seals and your bulb seals. Definitely recommend purchasing some wiper seal lube. Just to kind of keep those things well lubricated. You don't want them to dry out. It'll defeat the purpose of them. Kind of keeps that water from going inside the coach as you're bringing the slides in and out. And you do also have one on the very top, which I would recommend spraying down as well. All the slides. Your propane. This is going to be your leveling system. You just turn it on right there. You can do an auto level. The way that works, I'd usually bring all the slides out first. You might have to put some blocks under it, like what we have back here. Hit auto level. Make sure there's no one inside the coach as you're doing it. It'll do its little dance. When it's done, it'll flash at you and beep, and you're good to go. Everything's level. To bring it back up, all you gotta do is turn the power back on, hit retract, then you can do your rears, your fronts, etc. All your information, tire pressure, VIN, all that information is going to be right here. This is your docking station. Pretty self-explanatory. You got your hose here. You can have an outside shower. This is where you'll hook up when you go to winterize it, if you ever decide to do that yourself. Down below that is going to be your city water connection, so if you're at the park and they have full hookup, you'll use that water pressure regulator that I showed you a little while ago. Hook up there and you get water through the system instantly. Otherwise, you would have to, if they don't have full hookup, you'd have to go to here, change that over to fill, and that'll fill up your potable water. Then you're strictly using the water pump to get water through the system. There's another bypass right there, so if you want to winterize, and that bypasses the water heater. That way antifreeze does not get into it. The way to fill up the water heater, you can hook up to your city water with that water pressure regulator. Right here you have an ano rod. That'll go inside there. You'll tighten it down. Turn on the water. You'll relieve the air out of it, all the pressure. You'll hear air come out. I usually do this probably 7 to 10 times until water starts coming out of here. And once it comes out of there, you know it's full and it's ready to light. You just want to make sure there's water inside this water heater before you light it. You will burn up the elements in it. This is gas and electric. You can turn on the electric side from that button right there from outside if you want to. Otherwise, you have 2 buttons inside for gas or electric. To empty this, I always open this up, leave it open like so. Water will come out for about 5 seconds. When it's done coming out, you know the pressure is released. Then you can take this out and your water will drain right from there. That's where you hook up your sewer hose. Other end will go into the dump station in the ground, and there's your valves. So you have your black and your gray. I always pull the black first, then pull the gray. It just kind of cleans out your sewer hose. You do also have a black tank flush on this, and the way that works is you hook up your hose with that water pressure regulator. Make sure you leave the black open with the sewer hose connected. And what happens when you turn the water on, you have a little mechanism inside that's going to clean out your black tank and get rid of all the nasty stuff and toilet paper and stuff like that. Cleans your sensors off. You just want to make sure that you have the black open, otherwise it'll fill up the black tank, go up through the toilet all over the floor, and we definitely don't want that. Access to the back of the refrigerator. I would get in there a couple times a season, just clean out all the webs, get all the dirt out of there. They do also have screens that you can get. Keeps mud daubers, wasp out, stuff like that. Same with the water heater door. It would just cover that screen right there. Work our way around. It's going to be the exhaust to your furnace. That's your cord. You do have option for backup camera. Storage. You can get up on this roof and walk it. I would definitely do that a few times a year as well. Check all your seals, make sure there's no holes. More access to it. It's your awning. I don't have it up because I am in the shop and I don't want to hit it on anything. But there's a little flap at the end of that. Once it comes out, there's a flap. Once it's at about 90 degrees, that's where I stop. If it's raining, windy, just leave the awning in. It's not worth it. Then you're dealing with insurance. Warranty will not cover that. It doesn't take much for the wind to tear those off either, so just to be on the safe side. Your steps, you just want to make sure that your door is all the way open. They lift right up, go into place, and then you can shut the door. And you can adjust the legs. You just got to pull that pin and you can adjust the legs accordingly. Alright, let's go inside. It's going to be your monitor panel. So like I was saying, outside you have 2 switches for the water heater. You have gas and electric. If you have full hookup at the park and you're plugged in, use the electric. That way you can save your propane. You can check all your levels right here just by pushing the button. Once it gets up to about 2/3, I think it'd be wise to dump. Water pump. Then a couple lights, ceiling lights, porch light. This is going to be for your slide, another slide, and your awning. Pretty basic thermostat that controls the AC and the heat. And down below that you have your fire extinguisher. And this is going to be where all your fuses and breakers are. If one of those fuses blows, a red light will shine next to the one that went out, so it makes it super easy to know which one you need. And it looks like mainly a bunch of 15 amps, so definitely want to keep some of those on hand, just be on the safe side. Excuse me. That's going to be your carbon monoxide detector. That green light's a good thing. That strictly runs off a 12 volt. So if you're not using the coach, I would definitely recommend disconnecting the battery. Once the battery dies, this carbon monoxide will start beeping at you, and it'll eventually die too if you don't disconnect that battery. That light turns red and just starts beeping like crazy. So if you're not using it, or if you're not plugged in, I would definitely disconnect the battery. Whenever you are plugged in, it's going to keep a charge of your battery. Whenever you're hooked up to your vehicle driving down the road, it's going to keep a charge to your battery. So remember that. TV, radio, that is Bluetooth, DVD, CD. Have a fireplace right there. That's electric. Pretty cool option on this. This does actually open up. It's like a little hidden room. Bunkhouse. Couch. It's your table right there. Just slides right into place right there. Your refrigerator. This is gas and electric. One thing I will tell you is the freezer usually gets cold in about 3 to 4 hours. You're looking at more like 8 to 10 hours for the refrigerator portion of it to get cold. So if you're planning a trip, plug in at home, put it on electric, let everything get nice and cold, and before you leave, switch it over to gas. Stove, oven. It just lifts right up. Turn that light on, that way you can turn on the light in there. It's all spark right there. All you gotta do is turn it on the little flame, spark it, and it lights right up. Now the oven, which is this knob right here, you will have to turn over, push in as a pilot. I usually get down here, look at that coupler. Once it lights up from the sparker, I usually will hold down on that pilot for, I don't know, 30 seconds just to let that coupler warm up. Then I'll let off and turn it right on, and usually lights right up. Hood vent, microwave. You have 110 throughout. Steps here. So you can turn that fan on and raise and lower the vent right there. Little hall switch for the light. GFI, just like you probably have in the bathroom at home. One thing I would recommend, I would just get in the habit of doing it before you leave for the park, after you leave the park. Get underneath the sink, behind the toilet, all the sinks. Just check all your fittings, make sure they're tight. You don't want to have any water leaks happening. Unfortunately, stuff does tend to rattle loose. when you're going down the road, so I would just get in the habit of doing that. Slide. Thermostat right there, just like you have when you first walk in for the air conditioning. Alright, well I think that's just about it. Congratulations on your purchase, and thanks for TradeWinds, you guys.